Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. Today is June 25th, 2014, and today is Wednesday. So looking at the economic calendar for today, just briefly opening it up, a lot of news coming out of the U.S. at 2:30 South African time, USD durable good orders, GDP numbers, and then later tonight we have a major news coming out of England, which should affect the British pound at 11:30. Carney speaking, who's the bank governor of England. So just really light day. Okay, let's look at the Euro USD. Not much going on yesterday in the Euro USD, as you can see. It has been light trading over the summer. So yeah, ultimately just keep an eye on it. The Euro USD is always valuable to keep an eye on. There were maybe some little pivot moves yesterday, but nothing really major. I mean, we really traded in this very tight range of about 20 to 30 pips, which is not much for the Euro USD. So quiet on the Euro USD front. Looking at GBP, that was a big day for the GBP. Sold off against the Japanese yen and against the USD. So look at the Japanese yen. It has sold off nicely. Okay, so we're at this level where we're previous resistance, now perhaps alternate support, and we're just at that level right here. Okay, so if we do break 170 to 275, I would presume our next level will be 171.5. Okay, there's multiple stops for it, but essentially it's ultimately around this range I expect it to come back to. If we do hold this level, okay, we could definitely push it up higher. Let's just see how much higher we can take it. If we do hold this level right here, which is a very big resistance support, okay, this is really a big number right here. If we do hold this number right here, we could see 175 again and testing this upper range again. So this is really at a very crucial point, because if we break this support, previous resistance, we could hit 171.5-ish around this area, okay? Or we could really break up higher to testing our 175. So if you are in front of the computer tonight at around 11:30, I would really keep an eye to see what Carney is going to say, because it's going to affect the GBP Japanese yen. Okay, yes. And now looking at GBP USD, also at a major level. Okay, so it is testing its previous resistance, which is right here, all-time high for the year for sure. So let's see if this is actually going to develop into a nice baseline for it to go up higher, or is it going to restrain itself and go back to 169, and then we'll see maybe it'll test these levels again. So I don't know if you know, socioeconomically, England has been very responsible with its monetary policy and been very conservative, and as a result, it's really helped its currency really gain against the USD and the Japanese yen, as you've seen. So it's been very strong. So continuously, I would keep an eye on it to see what's going on, to see how it will react, especially today. Looking at gold, not much going on. We sold off a little bit yesterday, which is popping up right now. As you see, we're popping up. It's been relatively quiet in the gold, but you see it's sold off a little bit from 13.17 to 13.14, and now we're just hanging here. So as long as it's not really falling apart, it may still be a good buy. All right, into the 130 level-ish. Okay, looking at a daily. So it still has this 130, 120, 130 level, okay, as a major level for it on the upside. So it still has that, but it could still fill up. But just be wary, because it could turn on a dime and be back at 1280 in a couple of days. I don't think that it will, because of what's going on socioeconomically, especially with the Ukraine. Things are starting to spice up again. But again, like I said, it has been very strong. So I wouldn't short it right away. Now looking at oil for a second, it gapped up this morning with what's going on in Ukraine. So we may still see some decent volume and some decent follow through on the upside. Remember, if it takes this 110 out, it has tremendous buying potential on the upside. So just keep that in mind, and a lot of it has to do with the news. So with those two aspects, you really have to be in front of the computer understanding what's going on. Looking at the Dow, big sell-off at the Dow, 119 points, made this triple top. Could have break out higher yesterday. As we said, it was at that pivot point where it could have broken up to 17,000, but it didn't. Okay, and there wasn't enough volume to really carry it through. And this is a healthy sell-off, as we call it. It's a beautiful sell-off. It's opportunity for buyers to get back into it. Certainly, if it goes further down to 16,725, I'd look to get a little bit more aggressive on it on the upside. 119 points relatively to the value of the Dow, not that big of a deal. But it's still a major move. It's still a sell-off. It was a sell-off across the board with most of the major stocks in the U.S. So I'd keep an eye on it. Maybe we'll retrace today. It is lighter volume, so maybe just people just booking in their profits for a better move or a better price for the upside. This is Razak at CMTrading. I wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.